I received a wonderful question from Jacob. I won't give his full details because I don't have permission to. Regarding my initial email, I was unfortunately unsuccessful in getting the job. However, I am writing to you today for some advice. As someone who is so incredibly successful, I'm not, but that's fine. Do you have any advice in what I can do as a final year student, and a lot of you will be in this position, to stand out in a job market stroke economy that we are currently in, please? For some context, I attach my CV. And I get a lot of these requests and I try and answer them all, but I thought I'd make this video as well. Now, he's predicted a first from a major UK university, pretty much straight A's at A-levels and GCSE, lots of work experience, just looking at his CV now in audit, is summer analyst. His summers have been busy working for various companies and, relevant stuff to the kinds of work he wants to do, good leadership and extracurricular activities, educational awards, 100% bursary awarded by his school. Many congratulations to that. So looking at this CV, I would say stands out. Other skills, Word, PowerPoint, Excel, those are still useful. Communication, commitment, interpersonal leadership skills. I'm glad he's put those in. Time management, organizational. These are all the things people would be looking for. So, really well-rounded, impressive CV. And my advice to Jacob would be, and pretty similar to a lot of the students out there, and as I say, I get a lot of this on LinkedIn, I get a lot of this on TikTok, and I don't mind answering as often as I can. By the way, he's had work experience at a hedge fund as well. Look, first of all, you've got a brilliant CV. I think it's solid, it's out there. It therefore makes me think that it's about more applications. I had to do about 100 applications when I wanted to be a barrister to various barristers' chambers, and I got, I think it was 3 sets of interviews and 2 offers, and that was it. So it was a 2% conversion rate. So that's the first thing. Don't be put off by that. Make sure you know when the applications have to go in, because it's all very much formalized now, and do that. Next thing is, look to see whatever your ideal employers are. Broaden that net, whether it's the top investment banks, private equity funds, hedge funds, it might not be finance, whatever it is. Google it, look at which ones there are, look on LinkedIn, look to see what other things the people who've recently been accepted have that you don't, which look either as a nice to have, in which case they're a nice to have. If you can do it easily, but are they an essential to have? And if they're an essential to have because they keep coming up, then look to acquire those, as long as the cost benefit of acquiring them isn't too long. Like I get asked about the CFA, is it good to have? Well, of course, better to have than not to have, but how much time, energy, effort, cost is it going to take you to get the CFA? Again, this is in finance. Outside of that, open the net a bit broader even. I'll give you an example. There's a great website. It's called 80,000hours.org, I think it is, but you can Google it, which looks at jobs from a different perspective, those which have impact, meaning, and purpose. And in some cases, like for me, it would say, listen, stick to the day job of making money, because then you can use that money to do good in the world, as opposed to go on the front line of a charity, which, why do you need to go, Alpesh? There's people out there who are going to do better. You're better at what you're doing. Just use that money and give it to the ones who are on the front lines. But whatever it is, in terms of making an impact, doing something useful. So that's 2. Then there's the interview practice. Now, I don't know. It might be that on paper, Jacob looks phenomenal. Maybe there's an interview issue. I doubt it, but maybe there is. So just make sure your interview skills are honed up. And that's another reason to do a lot of applications, because it gives you interview practice, if nothing else. Really, when I speak to my wife, and I've not actually been hiring people directly other than just occasionally. My team has really been doing the hiring for a while, for about 10 years on the fund side. For about 10 years, they're the ones who do the interviews and the hiring. I don't even do the final interview. That's not to say, oh, look at how important I am. It's just that maybe they just don't trust my judgment. Anyway, it's because those people will be working for me and they felt it's better that they make that judgment rather than I do. Anyway, the point is, I'm out of practice a little bit. My wife isn't. She does, within government, hire people. And, one of the things which she said to me, which was really interesting, was because, on paper, experience, expertise, all of those things incredibly important. Really, who wants it? Who's really keen, who's really passionate, and it really is going to be something they're incredibly grateful for as well. And that was a factor I've not heard that often said. That was a factor which was important for her. So just make sure all those bits are ticked off. I'm pretty sure they would be with you. But do not be put off just by one rejection. I mean, looking at your CV, I don't know why Goldman Sachs hasn't given you the interview and accepted you on. Maybe I'm missing something. But what makes me think it could be is just not you. It's them and the cycle they're in. So keep going. Don't give up and keep me posted. Thank you very much.